Welcome to the old man's corner. Pull up a chair and come on in. Today I'm going to be talking about back when I was a early teenager. We were constantly out and about, running around town and enjoying ourselves. We didn't have the worries that are and the dangers that are today. At least they weren't as prevalent as they are today. Uh, Neighborhood kids kind of all hung together, so we did a lot of the stuff together. So every time the circus would come to town, we, of course, were excited about the circus being there. And we'd go down and check out things, and sometimes they would hire us to help put up the tent. I remember my first experience with putting up the big tents, the big top. I was helping them inside, and they were lifting the top. And what they did is they had these big, huge poles that they had to push the top up with, and to get the poles to stand up, they had elephants, and they put a chain around their leg, and then put a chain around the pole, and have the elephant walk in a certain direction, which would push the pole up, which would push the top of the tent up. I remember one day I was in there and they were doing that, and I was helping them set up chairs, bleachers in there, and I guess I wasn't paying much attention, and that elephant stepped right beside me, and I felt the ground moving, and I thought, man, if he'd stepped on me, that'd been the end of that old foot. But I guess that's why now I'm kind of afraid of any animal that's larger than me. But we did many things there. As a child, I got to help attend the animals that were in the cages. We could help with feeding and just various little things around there, cleaning up, watching for people that were trying to sneak in. That was something they paid us for. But after the circus was over, it'd be there for 2 or 3 days, so we'd make a little money by going down there and helping out. Then this one time they were there, and it was tear down time because they were moving on to the next city, and it had started raining really bad. It had rained and rained and rained, so they had to bring this big top tent down, this large canvas, and they needed help to roll it up. They roll it up, but it was so wet that it had water puddles all in it, and it made it so heavy that they hired all of us kids that were down there, plus the guys that worked there. We had to go all along it, and we started rolling it. And as they went along rolling it, because it was heavy, they had someone on the canvas that was trying to sweep the water off of it as we went along, so that it wouldn't be quite so wet and so heavy when they got done. We were there for several hours, and it was in the middle of the night. We didn't get done rolling up that canvas probably till about 2 or 3 in the morning. Of course, us being kids, that was a little late for us, so we had but they paid us extra money. That was nice. They paid us like $5 each, and that was the most we probably made at one time there. But that was something that stuck in my memory, and then all the neighborhood's kids' memories. I think often nowadays, most of our kids will never know about doing that type of thing or being out and enjoying the work of helping do something like that. They spend a lot of time on their phones or on their computers, and don't experience the outside. Working with carnies is a different thing. It's interesting. So if you have a story of in your youth, or you had opportunities to work at fairs or carnivals or or circuses, drop a story down in the bottom or drop a note down in the comments and let me know, because I'd love to hear about it. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.